YouTube. Matt Emroy back again. Back to you with another vlog video for today. And yes, I am filming with my new Canon Vixia HF R700. This is going to be the first test video that I've done with it so far. I tried doing one earlier, but it was really dark in the house and I hadn't really figured out how to adjust the right settings, so the video hardly came out at all. I need to run over to Dollar Tree and the thrift store because my dad just informed me he is totally out of his Splenda packets, which he cannot live without. Quite literally, he has to have like 3 cups of coffee every morning. I don't know how he does it. Bear with me, I'm still learning this camcorder. I just got it yesterday evening and I really didn't have a lot of opportunity to learn the different features. Right now I'm running in programmed mode. Basically that means I was able to program the settings, the image stabilization, the audio quality, the focusing the way that I wanted it to. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try and see how well it works. It's very cloudy right now, so I don't know how well this is gonna come out. It looks a little dark on the screen, but we'll just have to see what happens. Give you guys an update on the SSD. Everything is working great now. I'm going to tell you a little story about that. When I first installed it, I tried putting Windows 10 on and it would not work at all. I got an error saying that needed to load a driver to install to the SSD. And I thought that was strange, so I went and formatted the SSD with a Cronus disk True Image 2016, the boot disk, and format it. I put it in GBT mode, basically the newer file system, and all of a sudden it saw the drive. I said great, so I installed Windows 10. Well, then I realized that my Windows 7 product key was not working with Windows 10, so I took that off, formatted it again, and tried installing Windows 7. Well, Windows 7 kept saying the same thing, that it could not find the drive and needed to have a separate driver installed to access the SSD. So I looked online, realized there is no separate driver. There's no reason it would say that other than the fact that it couldn't understand what the file system that had been put on that SSD. So back into a Cronus to format it again, and then try to install Windows 7 on it. This time it found the drive, but after the install went through, it errored out, kept giving me a blue screen. I'm like, oh great, I must have got a bad SSD. So I'm looking some information up online, and someone had suggested that it might be an issue with the SATA cable that I was using, because I actually just used the original SATA cable that was in that computer. It was an orange one, and it was like this real short, cheap Foxconn cable. So what I did is I went and I replaced that with one of my red Foxconn cables that I know are SATA 6.0 certified, and put that in. I made sure all the connections were good. Then I went and tried to install, this time I said forget, I'm just going to install Windows 10 and I'll call Microsoft to activate it. Well, sure enough, that was the problem. The SATA cable itself was no good, at least for that application. So what I'm thinking is that one must have only been SATA 3 gigahertz compatible, whereas I know for a fact the red one was 3 and 6 gigahertz compatible. So luckily, thank God, the installation went smoothly after that. Now, I was also a little concerned because at this point I had formatted that SSD about 4 or 5 times. And I didn't know that you're not supposed to do that because SSDs have a limited read and write cycle. But luckily I didn't do any damage to it, and it seems to be working okay. And I'll give you guys a look at that later on tonight. For those of you that are new or haven't seen the videos recently, that's exactly the same SSD as the one I put in the my Dell XPS 8700. It's a Crucial MX200, 250 gigabyte. But the one that's in this computer is just a regular SSD like you would put in a laptop. That's why I was waiting on that rail. Whereas the one in the XPS 8700 is one of the motherboard Surface Mount M2 styles, which I kind of wish this computer had, but you know what? This one's a little bit older, even though it's a 6-core HP AMD system. It's from around 2011, and they really didn't start using those until about 2012, 2013. So You know what? I'm just happy that it's finally working. I did again put Windows 10 on it, and it is running beautifully. I'll give you a boot time later on, but suffice it to say, it's under 10 seconds to boot, basically, once it actually starts getting into booting the operating system. Though I must say the post time on that computer was a little bit longer than I would like. I think I did try to update the BIOS on that computer, but the problem is because it's an HP system, they don't always have an updated BIOS. I think the latest BIOS for that was from sometime in 2012, and that's what it's running right now. Just cannot get over how nasty it is out today. It's not raining yet, but you could tell it's about to, and we're supposed to be getting some torrential downpours today. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video right now. I'm actually gonna look at it once I get home, just to make sure that it came out okay. Like I said, bear with me guys, this is the first day that I'm using my new Canon camcorder, and I'm not sure I have all the settings right, but I'll talk to you in a little bit. Alright guys, so just left the thrift store, and big surprise, nothing. Same garbage they had yesterday. They had a whole bunch of LCD monitors, but even at 25% off, they're no bargain, and I got plenty of those. I just need to find trying to get some more computer towers, but I did pick up a couple interesting things at Dollar Tree that I wanted to share with you guys. I did firstly get Dad two of his packs of Sweetmate 0-calorie sweetener. These are basically identical to the Splenda packets. You get 50 of them in here, and that's really a good deal because at Food Lion, a pack of 80 costs you close to $3. So just pick up 2 of these, and he's set for a while. I also got a few more packages of the Orchard's Choice Mission figs. These are excellent, high in fiber, and they are some of the best figs I've ever had. Just gotta watch when you eat them because they do keep the little end of the stem, so basically I like to bite them and then just make sure I don't get that stem in my mouth. But other than that, it is absolutely delicious, and you guys can read the nutrition facts on there. You can pause the video if you want. Next, I picked up, this is something I've never heard of before, Bud's Best Cookies. This is the candy and cookies, and these are made with real Butterfingers. Proudly made in the USA, which a lot of things aren't these days. See, they're bite-sized. These actually remind me quite a bit of the famous Amos cookies, if you guys have ever had those. They're made in Hoover, Alabama, and let's see, looks like he's been making these since he was about 12 years old, so for $1, not a bad score. And the very last thing I bought, something new that they have, are these Refresh Your Car odor eliminating auto vent sticks. These are the kind that stick right into your vent. You basically just clamp it in, and that's what you'd see. And this is the mixed berry, and because my trusty air freshener I got here a few months ago is about had it, not much scent left in that, I really needed to find something to replace that with. So I'm gonna give this a try, and yeah, for $1 you get 2 of them. Not a bad deal at all. So I need to head home. Dan and I are going out with our friend Jim. We're gonna go to Golden Corral for lunch, and I'm actually starting to run a little late, so I'll talk to you guys when we get back from there. Alright guys, so just got back from eating lunch. Golden Corral was delicious, and we had to stop off at Food Lion to get Mom some of her sodas, and I came across a really good deal. If you guys have any Food Lions near you, 12-pack of K-Cups. I got the Maxwell House. This one is the Master Blend. And then I also got, I would have liked to have gotten 2 of the original ones, but they only had 1 left. This is one of my absolute favorites. This is the original blend, which is absolutely delicious. You get 12 cups in each of these, and normally they're $7.99. They were on sale for $5.99. And with your Food Lion discount shoppers card, I got them for $4.99. So that was a really, really good deal. I'd like to go ahead and maybe pick some more of these up, but I can only do 2 because it's a limit 1 per card holder. But luckily Dad was with me, so he let me use his card, and he bought one, so that's how I was able to get the 2 of them. So if you or any of your family have a card, go in with them, and you can get more than 1. I will talk to you guys a little later. Well, as you guys can see, it is really, really nasty outside. Looks like Dad is actually out putting the trash cans by the curb. We're both fairly wet at the moment. Very, very humid out right now, too. I would say it's maybe, I'll have to look at the machine, but I would say it's about maybe 70 to 80% humidity. Well, I'll tell you one thing, though. The plants are sure loving it. They're absolutely beautiful. Plenty of water in these. Mom actually watered these yesterday. But this is pretty much how the weather is going to play out the rest of the day. It's going to be fairly rainy and just basically a lot of storms tonight. If it gets really severe, I'll try to capture them if I'm still awake. My allergies are really kicking my butt today. I need to take one of those Allegras. But yeah, I mean, other than the fact that we've been getting a ton of rain lately, you know, the grass is doing great, all the plants doing great, and that kind of I attribute to the excess of rain. But we've had quite a bit of sunshine mixed in, and that's the way you really want it, especially when you're trying to grow plants. You want a lot of rain mixed with a lot of sunshine, and fortunately that's what we've been getting. There were a couple of robins here before. I think one has a nest in the plum tree, and I see them on the ground. They actually talk to the mockingbird that usually sits on top of the street light there, and it was so funny. They were like serenading each other. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here for today. I really don't have too much else to say. I came in my room, and as you guys can see, my big boy is here. Well, I'm going to give him some attention. Go ahead and drink my Arizona tea that I picked up at the gas station. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And as I always say, have a blessed day, everybody. Isn't that right, sweetie?